What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Elden Ring video. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. I am God's Chosen One, and for those of you guys that are returning, you guys are amazing as always, man. So, on this video, guys, I'm going to be showing you some strategies, environmental awareness, and situational awareness here at the ruined Strewn Precipice. And before we jump into that with the invasions, and before we go over, the build and see what I'm rocking right now, I just want to make a little side note with you guys here. The footage that you are about to see is about a month or so old. Sorry that it took me so long to kind of get this video wrapped up and put together. However, at the time, I also didn't have certain things set up for this guy. For instance, he's not totally complete. He also needs to be respect. He didn't have the 4th talisman pouch, right? I have to kill Godfrey with him still. I also didn't have the jar cannon, hand ballista, pulley crossbow. I didn't have any kind of ranged options whatsoever. I just had items on me that I knew where they were at the current time, at the current point in the game where I was. Okay, so let's go over the equipment. Go over all the weapons that we were rocking in the video. We were rocking the cranial vessel candlestand +4. This thing is amazing. You will see in the video what I'm talking about because I've not seen a single person use this weapon at all. As well as the Clean Rot Knight's Fire Sword +10 with the Flaming Strike Ashes of War. I'm sorry, guys. I keep stuttering. Golden Order Seal +5. And, sorry. We were also using the Gargoyle's Flame Art Great Axe +10 with the Prelate's Charge Ash of War. That Ash of War is amazing, by the way. You'll see in the video what I'm talking about. And then for our armor, we are rocking the Fire Monk Hood, Fire Monk Armor. No gauntlets because the Cranial Vessel Candlestand +4 is just a little bit too heavy. As well as the Fire Monk Greaves. For our talismans, we are rocking the Great Jar's Arsenal, which is our Havel's Ring +3, essentially. Faithful's Canvas Talisman, which raises our potency of our incantations, as well as Carrion Filigreed's Crest, which lowers the FP consumed by our Ashes of War on our weapons. And, yeah, that's all our equipment. At least, as far as I remember, that's all of our equipment in terms of our weapons. For our level, we're level 70. Vigor's sitting at 25, 15 Mind, 12 Endurance, 27 Strength, 13 Dexterity, 24 in Intelligence and Faith, 9 in Arcane. Rocking 30 Poise, and those are all our incantations that we are rocking. We are using O Flame, I believe, Frenzied Burst, Flame of Frenzy, and the equivalent to Fire Surge. Now, again, I need to respec this guy, so do keep that in mind, guys. I'm probably already respeccing him as we speak while you're watching the video. But, yeah, guys, let's jump into the invasions, and I will catch you guys all on the next one. Peace!
You're hunting deer, not chasing it.
Alright, so the last 2 invasion guide videos, we were first at Caria Manor, then we went to Rhea Lucaria, right? Now we're here currently at the ruined Strewn Precipice, and some of you may be asking, Gods, why are you even invading in this area, man? Like, seriously. The enemies aren't great here. There's little to none, really. And, what is there to utilize here? Well, the area has a lot of verticality, so that makes up for the lack of enemies in the area to utilize to your advantage in terms of ambushes and whatnot. Or to just fall back on so that way you can heal and set up a game plan to start the invasion from neutral. Basically, you will see me do a lot of ambushes at the top of ladders and as well as the top of elevator shafts. Alright? And you will see very shortly what I'm talking about, because the Cranial Vessel Candlestand, I believe that's what the name of the weapon that I'm currently holding is, you will see how good this weapon is because it has that AoE right there, and that AoE is amazing. So right here, I see that they had just killed both the harpies, and at that point, there's nothing else, you know, to kind of utilize in that area specifically. So what I did was I commandeered their elevator, went up the elevator, and now I'm going to set my trap, wait for them to come up, because they're either going to fog wall me or they're just going to chase me down with no enemies around whatsoever. So I'm going to utilize this to my advantage. They managed to take the bait, they come up, and now they go down. Oh man, I love this weapon, by the way. This weapon is amazing, bro. Like, the Ash of War is so good on it. Like, it's so big. You'll see later in the video, kind of towards the end, when I'm talking about how big it is. The AoE is it has a large hitbox, okay? And not just a large hitbox, but it has a 360-degree hitbox as well. Right here, I'm having a lot of fun with the Gargoyle's Great Axe with the Prelate's Charge. I didn't know how good this charge was going to be, but I was running the host down there. I was just laughing so hard that he was just panic rolling for a good, like, almost about a minute. This guy's kind of doing the same thing right now. Now, one thing to take note of if you guys do utilize or use the Prelate's Charge is if you're going up against a group of guys, like a squad of players, and they have ranged options like incantations. You see that they have a seal or a staff, kind of like what the host has. It's in your best interest not to use the Prelate's Charge, or at least use it as kind of like a turn and burn option, not how I'm kind of utilizing right here. If there's multiple casters, right? Because they'll just shoot you in your face. But in this case, I just see the Phantom. He's a melee focused strength build pretty much, and the host was the mage. So I was focusing on the mage specifically because I knew that if I didn't, I was just going to get shot in the back with some kind of spell and be blown out of my socks. Kind of like what kind of happened in the video right there with the Cannon of Haima, or Haima, however you pronounce it. Now, again, this is the early stages of me invading, okay? This was about, I think, the second or third month that Elden Ring was out. So do keep that in mind, guys. I am still learning at this point in time. I'm still a little bit green, a little bit fresh. So yeah, right there, the Phantom narrowly escapes death. He almost slid right off the back, and if he would have died. But it's all good. He comes up and he gets blown out of his socks anyways. And the host shortly joins him. GG's, boys. Also, since I have not said that, GG's to everybody else earlier in the video. Good games to everybody. Right here, I'm kind of scoping it out, seeing what is going on. I do not want to aggro them, or basically let them know where my position is till they aggro the harpies, which they're about to do right now. And the reason why that is because if they don't get close enough, those harpies are not gonna move. Like, not at all. They're just gonna sit there. So, and the only other options in terms of like support is the little hentai balls, you know, the Cthulhu little balls, octopi, whatever. And they're not very useful at all. So, and you'll also notice here in just a minute that you don't want to always use the candlestands Ash of War, only in specific certain situations, because it can leave you open to be backstabbed, like you saw at the beginning of the video, and you'll also see here very shortly. Right there, I got lucky. I didn't think that the rock sling was going to go that far, but it did, and it smacked the Harpy, and now the Harpy's in the mix. So the Harpies are pretty much your best support, pretty much. Especially whenever you have both these two in the mix at the same time with you, because one's tossing poison mist and blowing it all over the damn place, while the other one is like basically shooting rancors and tossing glintstone pebbles all over the damn place. And right here, the host gets melted by Flame of Frenzy. What did I just say? Flame of Frenzy? Flame of Frenzy. Sorry. GG's, boys. Good game. Again, we're doing a little bit of Gargoyle Great Axe action with the Prelate's Charge. And now both the Harpies are in the mix. Now, take note of the Phantom right here. See that? You guys know what kind of Phantom that is? That's an overlevel Phantom. How do I know this? Because there's no way that they're not, because of how early in the game's life cycle this game was. That Phantom is rocking full Millennia's armor as well as her weapon. You know, I forget what it's called, but you'll see here in a second why I say she's an overlevel. Right here, because of the waterfall blade dance or whatever it's called, waterfall dance. I've not used it yet, but if you get caught in that in any level, honestly, I think you're dead. Especially in meta, I don't think you will survive that even with 60 vigor. You may survive it if you're using like a Ash of War with a lot of poise, like Wild Strikes, and you know they're about to do it, and you start yours up before they do theirs, and you can knock them probably out of the air. But I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't take my word. Right here, the host gets a little too greedy, gets smashed by the Gargoyle Great Axe as well as the Glintstone Scraps. Like I was saying, the Glintstone Scraps, like they're just flying all over the damn place. But GG's, boys, good game. Again, we're waiting on a squad of players. They already killed everything down there. I went up the elevator. I've just been waiting. So at this point, it's either I go down there, I try to fight them, I die, I lose, or I try to set my ambush up right here, I try to set my trap up right here, and I either kill the whole squad, or I at least kill one person, because nobody at this current level and at this point in time in the game, nobody really survived the candle stand Ash of War except for overlevels like this guy right here. Because normally if I hit somebody with the Ash of War of that weapon, it takes off about at least 80% of their HP bar. And it seemed like he was just fine. He shrugged it off, actually. So again, we're over here waiting for an ambush on the ladder. Also, another good option for a ambush on the ladder or even the elevator is, say, Jar Cannon, Hand Ballista. At the time, of course, like I said at the beginning of the video, I did not have those with explosive bolts, so yeah, I was not able to utilize those. However, another thing that you can utilize that I was utilizing, but for some reason I don't know what happened to the footage, but I was using the Knight Rider's Glaive with the Black Flame Tornado, and that was amazing. I was one-shotting people if they got caught in it as soon as they come up the elevator or ladder. Right here, the host is a little too squirrely. Of course, he's playing very defensive and passive now because his buddy is gone. And of course, that's how majority of hosts basically play. So I'm trying to do my best with the candle stand. However, and right there, if he didn't roll, or if he rolled just a little bit late or too soon, he would have got, blown out of his socks. But enough is enough, so I decided to take out the Clean Rot sword and pretty much try to apply as much pressure to him as possible, right? And pokey, 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 poke, poke. Burn, baby, burn. Yes. And right here, thank the Lord, thank Miyazaki, praise Miyazaki for spawn point iframes. So again, I noticed that they had just killed the harpies, so there's no point in me being down there at all. Plus there's a mage in the mix, so I go up the elevator, and again, I just set up a trap. I just wait. Again, I don't understand why I've not seen a single person use this battle hammer at all. Like, at all. I've not seen it once since I used it. Like, not once. I do know that it's at the end of the game. I do realize that. But still, like, this battle hammer is amazing. And you'll see right here that I think right there. So even whenever you smack the candle stand on the ground, it also staggers and damages your enemies. So do keep that in mind, guys. However, the one thing to take note of is, of course, just like most Ashes of War on this game, the hyper armor or poise startup frames are non-existent for the most part. It's only whenever you raise the candle stand up is whenever you get a bunch of poise and hyper armor. Right there, as you guys could see, the range. I was talking about the range earlier of this AoE Ash of War. It's actually insane how far away that Phantom was, and he still got hit. And right here, 360 AoE. He was behind me trying to backstab me, and he got just absolutely obliterated, right? So both Phantoms taken care of. Of course, you guys know what time it is. Time to go up to the top, see what's up with the host. Surprisingly, the host actually wants to fight, and he stayed. So good on him for that, because most of the time, like, majority of you guys that invade know, once the host Phantoms are dead and they're close to the boss, they just fog wall you, So GG's, good games to these guys, good games to that host for actually, like, having a pair and trying to deal with me. So good on him, man. Sorry. Again, a little bit of Flame of Frenzy action going on. Always, guys, if you guys, I said this on my last video as well, my invasion guide, if you're going to use Flame of Frenzy, always play unlocked with it. Shoot at your feet, whatever, or aim up as high up to the sky as you can to try to get as much distance as you can. Like I said, last video, shout out to Platinum Prin for basically going over that. So I thank you. That helped immensely with using that incantation specifically, and also other incantations that I've been using off videos and whatnot. Right there, I actually thought the host died due to fall damage, but let's be honest, this is Elden Ring. Fall damage is non-existent. If you fall and you either fall and survive, or you fall and die. There is no in between, really. So right here, I'm respecting the host damage output because he's actually doing chunks out of my HP bar with this katana. Now, granted, again, I'm level 70, 25 vigor. I don't have a whole lot. However, he's hitting a little bit harder than most hosts that I run into. And at the time, I wasn't dealing with many overlevel Phantoms because the game was too new. Also, speaking of which, with overlevel Phantoms, if you guys don't know this, overlevel Phantoms are not properly downscaled currently. Verticality. That would have made Saint proud. Saint Riot proud, man. And right here, check out that damage, man, on the Bloody Slash pre-patch, man. That's insane. I'm glad they nerfed it. Now it's actually pretty balanced, but now, we have Rivers of Scrubs. So, we trade one demon for a next, apparently. And hopefully From Software gets on that shit really quick. The host goes up with me. Bad idea. He almost gets, blown out of his socks just like everybody else. And he doesn't get away from our Clean Rot Sword. GG's, boys. Using the separation with the elevator, the verticality to separate them. Don't be afraid to use the elevators to your advantage. Right here is the last invasion. I invaded here at the very beginning of the ruined Strewn Precipice. And they were about to go up, so I commandeered their elevator. And just to make sure that they didn't, no one was going up with me, I made sure to raise my candle stand. Also, these guys were awesome, by the way. GG's to these guys. They had the host, the Phantom sent his version, his perspective to me, but I lost it. But again, GG's to you guys. And yeah, guys, this is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys found it helpful in some kind of a way. Hope you guys learned something from this, and I'll catch you guys all on the next one. Peace!